could never convey how I really, really feel. Never, ever convey it adequately. Walk away from her, and she starts calling to me immediately, like, cut your yogurt that you have your meds in, drink your milk, and leave me alone. Watched her put herself in danger right in front of me. Right in front of me. Watched in horror. It just takes one wrong move and you're either seriously hurt, you could even be worse than seriously hurt. Is you have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself. Like, now she's going back and forth from the walker to the wheelchair, and of course that's going to present problems because then none of them are ever going to be in the exact position that the perfect position you want them to be in. It's wherever you happen to leave off one and then get on to the other, and then you want to go back to the other one, and it could be an hour or so later and you forget that you left it in that position, and or from where you're coming from, your living room, the bathroom. I'm just constantly anxious. I watched her I watched her stumble and almost fall because she has to pee, she obsessed, and she got up from the couch and her walker was like 4 feet away from her, and without even thinking, in front of me. I'm like, what are you doing? Pee yourself, it doesn't matter, you don't go trying to walk when you have nothing to hold on to, you're gonna fall. She stumbled, I watched her nearly fall. She could have fallen forward into the walker. And none of this is because she has a seizure or is dizzy or anything. It's her own friggin'. She's not protecting herself. It's terrifying. There's nothing that I can do about it. Not one damn thing can I do about it. Like, I do the best I'm able to do. And if something happens to her and it's her own fault, there's nothing that I can do. You have to keep yourself safe. It doesn't matter if you fucking piss yourself. You don't go and walk and then stumble 4 feet to your walker because it's not right there. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Could never convey it. Not adequately. Maybe times when I'm crying and you can just see the anguish and the tears, but everything else, I can't even convey how I really feel about anything. This is awesome. Don't have a good sense of smell. It's empty, but certified organic. This is expensive, but it's the only thing I ever found that it's worth it. It's worth it. It's the only thing I ever found. It doesn't dry out my face. It's just wonderful. This stuff, I love this stuff. It costs like $30. I haven't tested how long it lasts me, but it's awesome. It's non-GMO. It's 95% organic. I use a cotton round with it, and I use it on my neck. And normally I wouldn't be using anything at all on my neck because when I use regular soap, even in a thing, I never wash my neck out. I like that. It's my little splurge, The horror I witnessed an hour or so ago around there. I didn't have her do the blue tiger again, and I have to fight to get her to do anyway. She did do it once today for 15 minutes on lower resistance. I just want that blue tiger shit to be over with too. Seriously, I do. I want it to be over. she can tell him to his face with me there, and I injured my fucking elbow trying to have her do that and moving it forward. I can't do it. I can't do it. I believe her, so I lowered the resistance. But unfortunately, I'm doing it for her because she's at least getting the benefit. She's getting the muscle, and I hurt myself. And I had tendinitis from carrying Omar up and down, carrying my baby up and down those steps 4 times a day or whatever. Up and down. A lot of steps. He put these 3 things together, and so when I came home, reluctantly came home. My mom couldn't survive without me here. What I walked into was proof of that. One of the things I walked into was red hamburger meat thawing without a plate on the top shelf of our refrigerator and dripping down. I rest my case. That was only one thing I came home to. She hadn't cleaned it all in the 5 months I was gone. That she hadn't vacuumed, hadn't cleaned, the counters were filthy, like she didn't do anything. But the red meat dripping down onto all the other food. Came home just in time. It didn't even address. There were people trying to take financial advantage of her, promising to build a fence, and her telling me on the phone for just a couple $100, which of course that wasn't true. And this stuff all mixed together is, I don't usually mix it all together. The other night I just used it plain. When I have the inclination and the energy, I'll mix it all together. I could do it half-assed and just do it separate instead of mixing it all together. I watched her nearly fall in front of me and hover. It wouldn't have been good. It's not like when she fell when she was on her bed and slipped down. This would have been standing up tall and stumbling and falling forward onto the walk. She decided to walk to, as I'm screaming in horror. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't be so obsessed about not pissing yourself that you put your life in danger and end up hurt dead. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm tired. At least she got her shot, but, I was afraid, like, what am I going to do if I can't go with her and she can't go by herself? I take her when she's in public. I take her to the bathroom. I'm afraid for her all the time. It's like one wrong move. If I can't go, I don't trust anyone else to go. I was terrified when she went to church, but she wants to go to church. She wants to do things. I intentionally never had kids, so this is what parents have to go through. They have to let their kids, make mistakes and whatever, but kids are in less danger than a frail, nearly 80-year-old woman with mild dementia and severe mental illness to boot. Lifetime, practically my whole lifetime. It's sad. Everything's sad. Like, that's why I can't devote any more of my energy to that complaint I filed a year ago. I thought I was going to get a thing back from Deputy Commissioner. I didn't even open it because I'd already received the reconsideration thing, and that was supposed to be a done deal. I received the reconsideration thing, and the person who does that still said the same thing. And then I received a more detailed thing. I didn't know what it was. And it said about appealing by the 16th, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. This doesn't even seem like it's directed to me. It's almost like you're sharing with me the hospital's response was lame and bullshit. Lame bullshit. Just bullshit all around. Even her saying that I got confused, the psychiatrist, when I was forcing her to tell me the PRNs you've been giving my mom on top of the 20 milligrams she's prescribed of fucking olanzapine. Oh, I know I'm a problem because I don't just go along with whatever you want to do with my elderly mother who has health problems and has black box. Oh, crap. And then she got confused. I was like, she made me. That's what she wrote. She made me. And I did. You're right. And it took a long time because you were fucking up. You admitted, but you're going to turn on a lie, which I don't do. You're going to turn on and say that because you can't remember to save your life, and I know what happened. You got confused with the computer system. That's why I usually have the social worker do it, who I had a rapport with from the last time my mom was in there. She was able to give me the sleep fine, give me the PRNs in 2 seconds flat. You had a problem with it, and then when I questioned what you were giving me, I'm like, but what about this? Because I'm smart, we missed this one. And I made you go back through it because you contradicted yourself. And then in the end, a year later, you're going to write as a defense that I was messed up and had to start over. Fuck you, it's not true, it was the other way around. You were messing up admittedly and saying you weren't familiar with the computer system. Basically, you were pissed that I wanted to know how many hours she's sleeping a night. Of course I do. You have her on a shitload of meds. Of course I want to know how much hours she's sleeping, and I was right to want to know because she wasn't sleeping at all, and your excuse to give her more of this and more of that, and is that she so she could sleep, and she still was not sleeping. She still was not sleeping. And you just want to drug up and drug up. She's still not sleeping. And of course I want to know because I never would have approved in a million years. I would have begrudgingly let you do 20 because I didn't think I had any say. But I would have pitched a fit about 30. Pitched a fucking fit about 30. She's condescending to us. And like I get from these people, are you the doctor? Are you this? Oh, that's classic. That's classic. That means you can just do whatever you want, and we have no right to question you about anything because we're not. Such a joke. Oh, I laugh. But why am I getting 3 from this original person when it was? I thought it was from the higher up, and then that would be the final thing. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. Shut up. I'm not helping you to the bathroom. It doesn't help you at all. You're going back and forth from the walker to the wheelchair. There are times I'm not home. There are times you're getting up early and I'm sleeping with earplugs, which I have to do for the sake of my own mental health and well-being and sanity, even if other people are going to think, you can't wear earplugs. What if something happens to you? Yeah. And anything happens to me, she's screwed anyway. I rest my fucking case. You need to fend for yourself. You need to toilet yourself. And if you're going to choose, which makes me even more nervous, to go back and forth from walker to wheelchair instead of choosing to use one all the time or the other all the time. You said you were going to just use the walker and have the wheelchair just for eating at the table, but you go back on that. So now you're going back and forth, and I'm not helping you. You can whine, you can cry like you do every single time. I'm not helping you. It won't benefit you in the long run. It will not benefit you in the long run, me helping you. The only time I ever help you is when we're in a fucking hurry and someone's coming to get us for one of your medical appointments. That's it. She can cry all she wants. not helping her do anything. Not even when she's sitting on the toilet and forgot to get a liner or when you walk in, you get up and you get it yourself. You have to behave at all times as if I'm not here. It will not benefit me at you at all, me helping you. It won't help you when I'm not home or when I'm not up. You have to do it yourself, and I don't care. What's wrong with you? Why don't you help? You don't grasp it. I don't care. What I witnessed when I was inches away from her, inches away, because she was elevating her legs on that thing, and the walker was not right there, because it can't be right there in front of you if you're elevating your legs right there. It was a little ways down. You have to calmly and gently, even if you piss yourself, inch over and get it. You don't stand up and try to walk to it. Walk to it stumbling, and you could have fallen easily forward onto the walk or onto your face, and that would have been that. Unreal. Unreal. Sydney Wilson, former Georgia or something basketball star, 34 years old, had some sort of mental breakdown. People who cared about her, which people do, they do wellness checks. My mother's had a wellness check before. You know, even before I lived here, I'm sure her sister sent people here for wellness checks, or who knows, I don't know, I know. People were worried about her, sent someone for a wellness check, and when it's a wellness check, it's just one police officer, one cop who comes. It's not his fault, and he's going to be traumatized by this, okay? She says to him, she opened it, she's like, I don't want to talk to you, she slammed the door in his face, but his job is to make sure she's okay, and he wouldn't go away, so she opened up the door again and came at him with a butcher knife and even slashed his face. He had to kill her. He begged her to stop. It happened a month ago. He begged her to stop. Please stop, please stop. She'd already slashed his face, and he begged her to stop, and she came at him with a butcher knife. He had to kill her. There was no choice. Nobody can say that was excessive force, although people will probably try because people are nuts, okay? He had no choice. It's on video. It's a tragedy, but it's a tragedy. Tragedy because she was sick. On occasion, I've always feared that could have happened with my mom at any time when we're dealing with cops and whatnot, that she's run away before, she's refused to go, she's acted up, and all I've thought, like, God, please don't have her do something that's going to cause them to hurt her or kill her, accidentally, on purpose, or what have you. So it's sad, but you can't fault loved ones for doing a wellness check if they know you have problems or something and they're unable to reach you on the phone or what have you. And we see it on video. She's holding a butcher knife. He's bloody on his face, but even after she slashed his face, he didn't shoot her. He backed up away from her. He doesn't want to kill her, and she didn't stop. He didn't gun her down, and she was over him with a butcher knife. There's nothing, it's sad, but there's nothing that can be done. It's just a tragedy. But it's a mental illness derives from that. Some kind of psychosis tragedy, see? Those are always going to affect me more. My mother's been schizophrenic since I was 10 years old. So 46 years, give or take. And she's acted crazy. She tried to harm me when I was 23. If she had caught me, I might not be here right now. Or I might have been forced to overpower her and defend for my life, and that would have been worse. I'd rather not survive than have had to hurt her, you know what I mean? And when she tries to harm me and it's not her fucking fault, well, it wasn't Cindy Wilson's fault, and she's dead, and I don't know her, but it's not the point. It's just, she at least got her shot. If I'm really sick and she can't go anywhere alone, what do we do? I sent out an SOS to these church people, and they didn't even have the courtesy to get back to me. And the reason my mother's bedroom's all rearranged like that is because that woman, it's not like she had to get back to me. I called and she picked up the phone. My mom's not able to get to church. She called people that do pick up the phone, and they say point blank to her, "You're too far away from us. We're not taking you to church, sorry." But they're the same people whose husband comes and gets our recycling every once in a while, and that's kind. So these people, they're not going to do it. You can't fault them. They don't live around here, but others do, and they just don't. They don't want to bring my mom to church. They don't want to even respectfully get back to her. And it's sad, but there's nothing we can do. It just all tells me, it just solidifies in my mind that it's done, it's over. I'm still going to be walking in the middle of snowstorms. I've done it before around here. When I had to, I got caught in a blizzard before. I got caught in a blizzard because I went to go to the store, I think, to get batteries in case we lost our power, because that would be worse. And you think anybody in my neighborhood stopped if they even were going by and offered me a ride? No. I got caught in a fucking blizzard. I'll never forget that. It was years ago. The point is, if my mother needs her meds, and nobody gets back to me, even if I send out an SOS emergency, though they know my mother has to have her meds, it's not negotiable. I walk in rain, I walk in snow. I've done it over and over the years, but I'm getting too old for it. I can't do it anymore. Unfortunately, she fought me, and we could have already been long gone from here. Joe will be the first to tell you that. That was the whole reason I left in the first place. I never left to abandon my mom. Never left to abandon my mom. I didn't even change my fucking address. I didn't. I had my mom send me any mail that I might need. And the electric and gas and all that stayed in my name. I didn't change my address into anything, okay? I never officially left here. It was a long vacation, and it was designed for my mom to see the light, but she never sees the light. She's fallen 4 times in 4 times in 4 months, and she'll still say it's impossible for her to fall. She'll want me to help her with this, that, or whatever. I'm like, you need to fend for yourself. I am not your nurse. I could never be your nurse. If you can't get around and toilet yourself and all of that, you will be in a nurse. Don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. But that's reality. It's reality. It's sad reality. I'm desperately trying to get us out of here. Okay? But if I'm not able to, or something, who knows what's going to happen in this world, let alone in my little part of it, my little tiny little, what's going to happen in the world at large. And Joe's like, if you don't sell that house in 2 weeks, you should wait till March because nobody buys anything between blah, blah. I don't care. Maybe you're right. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. You never know. The fact is, we're not waiting till March. We're going to put it, We're not, if we're going to keep it on the market, we're not going to take it off of, why do that? That doesn't even make sense what he says if I'm not going to even pay attention to him. I have my own realtor and people I talk to and whatever who live here. Joe's not here, okay? It's a different fucking situation. There's no guarantees. There's nothing. There's former basketball star. I don't know, it was college basketball probably or something, whatever. Doesn't matter. She was only 34 and she came after a cop who did his best to not have to kill her, and he got his face slashed. He had to do it. He had no choice. She wouldn't stop. He begged her, stop, 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 and she came after him with a fucking butcher knife. It's on video. You can't deny it. So there you go. What else was he to do? There was nothing he could do. Nobody who wants to be, unless they're totally irrational and insane, can say that there was anything else he could do. There wasn't. He waited till she waited till she was on top of him, about to do, and he killed her then with the gun. But he begged her from far distance, stop, 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 after she'd already slashed his face. You could see the blood on his face. The poor guy had no choice. Is that always the case? Not on your life, of course not. I judge these things on a case-to-case basis, not even remotely. Not even remotely is that always the case. The one who killed that poor woman who had a little bit of mental problems, but she was far, far away saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And she was so far away from him, and he gunned her down for no fucking reason whatsoever, and I hope he rots in jail. I hope he rots in jail. I hope he's been convicted. I don't know. I can't keep up with all this crap. I can't keep up with it. It's too much. Innocent until proven guilty, yeah, but a lot of times you just feel like the people are guilty. Speaking of which, I'm supposed to do jury duty soon. How the hell am I supposed to get there? You used to have to be there first thing in the morning. I have no way to get there. I have to find out how I'm supposed to get there. And you know, plus if maybe I can get out of it if I say I take care of my sole caregiver of a person who's dependent upon me. I mean, I do leave her brief periods of time and she's okay, but I don't leave her all day long. I mean, the closest it was to all day long is when I had a right to get my hair cut that I hadn't gotten cut in almost a year. It's been like 8 months or something, more than 9 months. That was like an all-day thing because it was far away. My dentist is closer. So that wasn't an all-day thing. And my mom's fine, you know, but now she's going back and forth between these wheelchair and the walker, and you have to be careful at all times, Mama. Make sure the walker, the wheelchair is locked, and make sure you're not have anything too far away. A couple times you've fallen, it's because you did stupid fucking things. You don't even learn your lesson. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe what I witnessed. I was there witnessing it. Oh, God. That is so terrifying. I'm yelling like, what are you doing? It was too late to stop her. I just was waiting for her to go flying forward onto the walker, onto her face, onto the floor.